Peace and blessings, everyone. I hope y'all get a kick out of the title, or that you did, speaking past tense by the time you watch this. Because I already know what I'm going to entitle it. So, I'm excited. I want to talk to some things right now, immediately. And I guess in a way to give y'all a break, for those who find issue and find problem with my previous states of consciousness and talking to y'all. So what do you have here? What's issues for today? Obama came to mind, so let's start with Obama. Obama made a statement the other day. Actually, there's a couple things about Obama. Well, one, Obama specifically, and the other dealing with this healthcare business that's going on. So first of all, there's a quote from him. And I might not got a word for word, but I got most of the words. I think I might have added together to make one complete sentence. But it goes like this. He starts off saying, the truth is, I want to be completely honest. I'm laughing because I have to question it. I don't know, whatever. Take the man for his word, give him benefit of the doubt. But whatever. He says there is no perfect, painless silver bullet that solves every problem, which gives perfect health care for all for free. So he said that statement right there is the truth, and he's being honest. That there's no perfect, painless silver bullet that solves every problem, which gives perfect health care for all for free. Is that the truth? No perfect, painless. That may be true, because I believe that even bringing truth to you can be painful. That's why you must have a fear of God, because that truth can whoop your ass. So you fear truth, not in a sense of you don't want to tell it, but in a sense of understanding that it is more powerful than you, and it can eliminate your whole thought process. Excuse me. It can change, eliminate who you thought you were, thought you are, thought you should be doing, and kill your whole belief system. Truth is not to be messed with. Fear God. Alright, that solves every problem. Well, I believe that is not true, because obviously, of course, I believe what solves every problem. Gives perfect health care. If I say to you, and I say to everybody, if you're sick, go to the doctor, be seen, and you don't have to pay a bill, would that be perfect? If I say for any ailment, any disease, no matter how minor, how major or serious, that you can go to a doctor, to some well-known, world-known experts for free, would that be perfect? Thus, what I'm saying is, that's the system that I imagine. So I think the problem here is that he is saying a truth that there is no solution for every problem, no perfect healthcare, because they're not trying to develop a healthcare that is perfect. They're still trying to deal with money, so it's not going to be perfect because money is flawed, money is nonsense, right? The system of money and currency and capitalism is corrupt, thus it's not perfect, or it's perfectly corrupt. However you might look at it. And it can be for all, for free. But see, what under what they're putting forth, it's not going to be free, and it can't be for all, because they're still dealing with a corrupt system. So, but hey, this is the dude y'all wanted, so whatever. Let's push on. My black people. My black people. I was thinking about y'all again last night after making the last video. You know, everything in this world has value. A monetary value. Everything in this world has a monetary worth to it. It's worth money. Somebody can assign a dollar value to everything in this world. Whether it be this brush that is, I don't know how many years old right now, cracked. There's a value to this. Whether it's 1 cent or the value of being free, of being of no value to someone. In no value, there's still a value. There's a lack of value. So, you know, everything's on a scale. Somebody who's in an area who has no access to a brush or is using some super hard coarse brush might want this brush. It's a nice brush. So they might decide to buy it for whatever. We know this can, which is about empty, has value, has a redemption value. All right? Take it in to be redeemed, to be recycled. Everything has value. Some old chewed up wad of gum has value, depending on who it came from. Has value. So what I'm getting at, that most importantly, and that I want you to see, that you know what else has value? Blackness. Black people. We have a monetary worth. We are worth serious money. If you stop and think of hip hop, the rap industry, you know, rap being the music, hip hop being the music, the clothing, all that. If you think about that, who spends the most money on those things, especially music? Who spends the most money on rap music? You know, it ain't black people. It's white people. White people are buying our music, which is part of our culture, or a certain aspect of our culture, which is part of our blackness. They love it. Our clothing, our styles. Who imitates those styles? Who buys the stuff? White people. Of course, other races. I'm talking about the majority. If you look within our professional sports leagues, at the top major sports, basketball, baseball, football, and soccer, if you break down the races within leagues as a whole, we hold the majority. We're at 40% within all those leagues. 48%, I'm sorry, 40% of all the leagues combined. 40% of them are black. The next highest is 40 for whites. Thus, all these blacks are being hired, are being paid money by who? The whites. Being watched on television, buying tickets to watch us blacks. Who are buying these tickets? Who are the advertisers that are paying billions of dollars in these deals with the stations to watch the majority of blacks do these sports? Who is doing this? The whites. Who are buying all the sports gear, the paraphernalia, the jerseys, and all that? Majority is who? The whites. Thus, our blackness holds value. And I hope you really see that. I hope you really see that. Thus, for all my athletes out there, why do you need anyone other than us? Blacks, African Americans, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Why you need anyone other than us representing you to everyone else? To the whites, Mexicans, Asians. Within the black community, we're going to know about you. Right? We're going to know about you. If we know about you, everybody else will be interested in you. The whites are going to buy you. Literally and figuratively. Once the whites do, all the other races know. And it'll go world around. So why do you need anyone else to represent you? To be your agent? Why do you need a white person to be agent? Why do you need a white agency to be agent? And I'm sure there's some black agencies, and there's some athletes who represent themselves. And LeBron James has his own boys. But what I'm getting at is come together as one. Black sovereignty as a nation. As a nation. All the black athletes come together under one umbrella. We represent ourselves. Our black entertainers, same thing. Especially in the music industry. And I've spoken this before. To the life of me, I don't understand why our big producers, our black producers and rappers don't get together. Does Jay-Z need a white person to represent him? A white company to distribute his material, his CDs? Well, you might say, well, they had the money and the backing, but as a nation, we have more money than any company. As a nation of people coming together one, we have more money than any company. We have the backing and the dollars to put out an ad campaign that can't be rivaled by any other company. Why do we need anyone other than ourselves? And so the question is there, why don't we see this? Why don't we see this? Why don't you see this? And this has been brought to our attention before. So when it really comes down to it, we are our own problem. We are the problem. You can't blame it on a white man. You can't blame it on ourselves because the key is there. We were bought into slavery. We can buy our freedom. Or our freedom can be bought. I hope you see that. And while I'm talking about whites, for all you people out there, racist people, talking about cracker this, cracker that, white devil this, white devil that. You can pass me on that. I don't get it. I get what you're saying in a sense, but I don't get it ultimately. We have a history of slavery that was perpetrated by the white people here in America. Over in Africa, our own people enslaved our own people. And then we had, Muslims, Arabs that enslaved us. And so, it's been slavery of different races. But we know our own experiences with white people. And we're here in America, so we have our direct experience with being put down by people that was majority white. But does that make the whole race as one the devil? They have done things around the world. War has been created. America started. Germans. Different nationalities of whites. Ethnicities of whites. Because, a Jew is white in essence, right? A Jew is white, and Italians are white. Germans are white. The British are white. So these different nations that started wars, but they're all white. And then I guess it gets fuzzy when you start getting to like Middle East. Can you class them white or black? They're Middle Eastern, so which are probably just descendants of black. We come to the issue of everybody be descendants of black. But anyway, so everybody started wars. I mean, you got people over there killing in Africa, which some would say is caused by the whites, right? But whatever. But anyway, in truth, in experience, I would be more fearful of a black person than a white person. I would be more fearful to walk in a black slum neighborhood than a white slum neighborhood. The thing is, the statistics speak to the truth of that. That I'm more likely to be assaulted by my own brother, to be killed by my own brother, than a white person. So who's the real devil? It brings us to an issue of hating the sin, not the sinner. The sinner isn't the devil. The sin is the devil. The sinner becomes the devil by committing the sin. They allow themselves to become the devil. Just as you can become God by doing those things which are righteous and just, I believe. Or simply being truth. So, I think you need to drop that. I've been helped by too many so-called crackers to even come anywhere close to believing that the white race is a devil. And I've been put down, disappointed by too many black people, too many brothers, that's supposed to be my brothers, sisters, to say that, well, I guess they are thus God. White's supposed to be devil, black man's God. They are God, terrible God. So, that's what I'm speaking at. It is what it is. Need to evolve, move on from that, all right? Judge the actions of each man by their own actions. If a white man will tell the truth, but a black man will tell a lie, give me the white man every day. right? Or whatever color, anyone, any color, any race, any creed, any gender. They want to speak truth. I'll take them over whoever. Something real random. And I was thinking, and I do this just. I think of things that maybe I put down that might be able to be used in conjunction with something else, like a movie or something. But I had this idea. Excuse me. Idea of taking gangbangers from two opposing groups. Let's take a Blood and a Crip. Take one for each group. Kidnap them. Take them off somewhere. Throw them out together. Then have a group, about 6 people, come to beat them both up. Why? So that they will have to depend on each other. Realizing that that color, that color barrier or whatever it is, that color line, is ridiculous. And it's sort of like I was speaking on having a draft. Once you realize that man next to you, you're dependent on him as much as he's dependent on you, eliminates all that nonsense that you want to do back home in the hood, it changes. You got to do what you do to survive. So like I said, that could just be part of a movie, or it could be a plan. It could be something to do. New Jack Alley. I was watching a video on Warsaw Hip Hop again, and it's dealing with some video that came out, some videos dealing with Fresno, California. I think it's called Fresno Uncensored. And so it's showing hood life, gang life. And there's one part, they was talking to these brothers, and they was talking about this one alley in the city. And this alley has no lights in it. And so they're saying that if you go in the alley at night, you are destined to get jacked. You're going to get got. And so they call it New Jack Alley. And so I'm thinking, I immediately think, well, if they know that people get jacked, called New Jack Alley, it's guaranteed that the police know that it's called New Jack Alley. Word spreads. At least they should know. They should have their ear to the street and know. And if they just know that this alley is bad, that bad things happen there, why are there no lights there? Why hasn't the city done something to make it safe? Why is it allowed to continue? And so that applies everywhere throughout the entire United States. Why are there any situations? And I saw some other videos, Gang Life, and it's, when you get up in these hoods and these projects, there'll usually be some areas where they done blew out the lights, and so it's real shady, and only the people who live there should be up in there. Why is that allowed? And it is being allowed. And usually it comes down to finances. They don't have the resources, enough police officers, enough money to do anything. And it comes down to that money, doesn't it? It's being allowed. So the question, does your country really care about you? No. Well, I believe the truth dictates that it doesn't. Oh yeah, something about the athletes. I was thinking about the business of sports agent. Once again, we can do this ourselves.